Okay, we're gonna give people a chance to get back in.
Yeah.
Oh, come on. Did it work? Oh, we coming back. We coming back.
Okay,
We
we
coming
we
back
coming
in.
back. We coming back in.
Ooh, y'all, we was all sideways. Boy, don't you start this stuff. Don't you start this, bud. He always got something to say. There we go.
Mics.
Oh, they over there.
Okay.
I forgot all about the microphones. Can y'all hear us pretty good? Hey, everybody. It's so good to see y'all. Y'all know we got to talk about this. We're going to give everybody an opportunity to come on in the room. Before everybody gets too settled, could y'all please? I see it's 145 people in here, and we got 27 thumbs up. So if everybody could take a moment and leave the actual chat room, not the video, but the chat room, and go back and hit that thumbs up, I would greatly, greatly appreciate that, you all. Is this mic on? Oh, it is working. We're gonna get mic'd up for y'all because a lot of y'all say y'all need some microphones. So now we got the microphones, but we gotta take the charger port out though. I'm sure I got enough charge. And we'll put that in. Like so, like that. Can y'all hear us? Mic check 1 2. Mic check 1 2. How's it? You did, Rachel. Thank you so much. I sure do appreciate that.
Check one, check one, check one, check two.
Y'all can hear us pretty good. Let's go to the chat. Oh, we sound good. We sound good. They say we sound good. All right.
Okay.
All right. Welcome to the live. Welcome to the live. Hi, everybody.
Welcome to the
Simply
live.
Bell,
What?
Fallen Sky Homestead, Robert, Sweet, Caramel Smile, Rachel, Miss Echo. Is it Debbie?
Okay.
Castleberry Branch,
Okay.
Rapturo, Cato Family Farm, Deborah Dunn, Connie Olson, Evolved Niche. I heard that. Andrea Morrison, Sandy, Soulful Seed. Thank y'all all
Thank
so
y'all so
very
much.
much for joining into the live. Thank you, Sandy. Sandy says we sound awesome with the mics.
Thank you
Woo
so
woo.
much. Thank y'all for joining
Dirt
us on this
Road
live.
Farms, listening from Arkansas. Y'all, we certainly want to keep everybody that's being impacted by this huge, massive hurricane. We want to think about everybody, y'all. Keep everybody in prayer because
Yes.
this thing is about to hit Jamaica head on. So, y'all, please, 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 let's pray for our neighbors. Okay?
Yes. Yes. Let's keep them up in prayer.
Yeah. Mr.
'Cause
H has a good friend in Montego
yes,
Bay.
I do. I have a
So,
good friend in Montego Bay.
yeah. So, we definitely want to
Yes.
keep everybody in prayer, y'all. It's
Yeah.
just by the grace of God this year we haven't been hit by a major hurricane.
Yes. And this storm here is just like it's massive.
It really is. It really is. It really is. Hey, bro. Broke farmer.
Broke farm in the house.
Yes. So y'all
Thanks,
make
broke
sure
farm.
y'all keep everybody in your prayers, okay? Now, before we get started, thank you to everyone who went out and hit the thumbs up button. We appreciate that. You know, it kind of lets YouTube know that you all were here and you all were engaged with our channel. So thank y'all for everybody who did go back out, left the chat room and went out and hit the thumbs up button.
Yes.
We appreciate that. And thank you for the loving hearts and all of that. Thank y'all so much. Thank y'all so much. We like that too.
Yes. Yes, we do.
But anyway, y'all, before we get to the meat of this topic tonight, we're gonna go ahead and first give a great big shout out to Azure Standard, who is the sponsor of tonight's video. And
Yes.
we certainly want to thank them, especially in a time like this, because not only does it help us and help you all, but to be able to put out information like this where, people can have options
Yes.
of where to go and get food for emergency situations, especially things that are non perishable. And all I could think about is the people of Jamaica and Haiti and the Dominican Republic and everybody else is going to be impacted by this hurricane.
Mm-hmm.
You can't help but to think about them and how having non perishable foods that you could put in a go bag
Yes.
would sustain you and your
Mm-hmm.
children, and water and all of that, just something to get you through the next few days, especially with them going through what they're going through right now.
Yes.
So we really want to say thank you to Azure Standard for sponsoring this video and for offering our viewers a 15% discount off of your first order. So we'll be sure to leave all of the information down in the description box below on where you can go and shop Azure Standard. And even if you don't get the 15% discount because you're not new to Azure, just the fact that you use our link lets them know that, hey, we're here because Homestead Heart recommended you all to us. So thank y'all so much for that, you all. But we're going to go ahead and get into the topic of tonight's video because it's very serious.
Yes,
And
it
if
is.
you notice, we have been really silent on this. In fact, I wasn't going to do anything on this topic. And Mr. H said, no,
Yeah, we got to talk about it.
we got to talk
We
about
got to
it.
talk about it because
Yeah.
what we represent every time we get on the channel is growing your own food,
Yeah.
growing your own groceries, and now look like we right there at the time where, hey, we need to do that
Yeah.
because things is getting real serious when it comes to food in so many different ways. In so
Yeah.
many different ways, things are getting very serious when it comes to food.
Yeah.
So, we had to come on and talk about what's going on, what's going to hit this weekend. And
Saturday is November 1st.
Yes.
Saturday is November 1st. And as it stands right now, we haven't
Yeah.
heard anything about either party coming together to discuss a resolution for this. And
Yeah.
I know some people may say, well, I don't get food stamps. This is not going to impact me. No, this is going to impact you in the worst way, and I'm going to tell you why. We're going to go over that because we took the time to put together some key points that we wanted to go over with because some people are not thinking about this. I know I've had some discussions with some family and some friends, and even family and friends didn't see how this would really impact us
Man.
because we don't receive SNAP benefits. They couldn't see how, like, this is not going to really, affect me. I've been buying my food for the longest anyway,
Yeah. Yeah.
But after talking with them and sharing some of the points that we're going to share with you today, they were able to see how,
Yeah.
this is going to impact
Yeah.
everybody.
Just a small little amount of your income can affect what's going on, with this food situation when it comes to SNAP. Like think about all the people that's not going to get a check.
Didn't get a full check recently, and won't be getting one either.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So this thing is real serious
It's
when it
very
comes to like
serious.
food because you can be in if you getting SNAP or if you working, any little small thing can mess you up because really I would say 80% of Americans are probably living check to check.
Yeah, a lot of people are.
No matter how
Just a banana peel away.
no
you
matter
know?
how high up your job is,
Mhm.
everybody is living check to check, because everything is so expensive.
Yeah.
So when it comes to, like food, we got to grow our own groceries. We got to come up with our own solutions, because this is real serious, y'all.
Do you all remember the video that how do I get the chat off the screen so I could see? Okay, don't worry about it. I don't know. Anyway, but I don't know if you all remember. Hey, Isaiah's happy. But I don't know if you all remember, but we did a video some time ago where we were talking about people's food stamp benefits being stolen, right?
Yes, I
And
remember
we
that.
started talking about the importance of learning to grow your own food and take some of those benefits and start going places where you can use benefits to purchase seeds,
Yes.
right?
Mm-hmm.
So, and start practicing growing your own food.
Yes.
And we talked about how one day you may wake up and find out that you won't be getting EBT benefits.
Yes.
Y'all will not believe the heat that we got for
Oh yeah.
saying that. The nasty emails, the comments, y'all won't believe,
Yeah.
you won't believe the backlash that we
Yeah.
got from
Because
that.
when you think about it, most people think, okay, if I got food stamps, why would I buy seeds? It seems
Yeah,
like far fetched, But see, now we see that the future of food is changing. How we get it in our house, how we can, be successful on feeding our family.
that's true.
So, Mrs. H and I suggest you buy seeds.
We did suggest that. And
Seeds.
and people were even saying, I mean, what is seeds going to do? Well, right now while you're getting benefits, you could take those seeds and you can practice growing your own food because there is a learning curve when you're starting to grow. It may not be a big success when you first get started,
Yeah.
but even in that, some people were saying that the government would never take away EBT or food stamp benefits. They would never do that to the American people because
Yeah.
the government takes care of its own people.
Yeah.
So we received a lot of comments like that.
Yeah.
And here we are coming November 1st, and you can see that you will not have benefits if they do not come together and work this thing out. Today's Monday. So we have a few more days, but so far you haven't heard any talks or anybody coming to the table to try to settle this so that the
Yeah.
American people do not suffer. But we are going to tell you how this is going to affect each and every one of us. Now, before I get into our little bullet points here, do you remember COVID?
Hmm.
Do you remember when people were grocery shopping during COVID? And people were afraid to walk out of the grocery store with their buggies,
Yes.
with their food, because why? People were literally hijacking them at gunpoint in some locations, stealing their food.
Yes.
They were snatching people's buggies when they got out into the parking lot, running away with full carts of food.
Yeah. Yeah, they
See,
was.
this was 2020 COVID,
Yeah. And
and
it,
people were still getting food stamps.
yeah. And I don't think it got to the full capacity of what it could have got to because, by the grace of God, COVID ended when things got really, really
It started
crazy,
to settle down.
started to settle down. But
Yeah,
now we are in a situation to where all Americans going to be affected.
that's right.
Everybody across the board is going to be affected with this.
Yeah,
We all in this together, and we got to figure a way out because, like, coming out of your local grocery store, who knows who's going to follow you home?
that's what LT just said in the comments that they were following people home.
Yeah,
Yes, they were following people
yeah,
home. They sure were following people home. And then, even if they followed you home, like they were watching people. I know
yeah.
people who would go grocery shopping, and the people that lived around them would be watching to see what
Mm-hmm.
they were bringing in the house.
Yeah,
Questioning them about if they went to the store or what they bought and stuff like that. See, that's creepy.
yeah.
Because when do you ever question somebody about what they bought from the grocery store?
And not only that, if people are gonna get so desperate, not only they would take your groceries, but they would probably try to run in your house and take a lot more stuff because, they minds, certain people just waiting for an opportunity or a crisis to happen where they can take advantage of the elderly, single women, or whatever the case is.
Yes. Anybody that's vulnerable.
Yeah,
If you are a mom and you got 3 or 4 children with you while you going to the grocery store. In fact, I wouldn't recommend that. If you got little ones, I wouldn't take them to the store with me if there's a crisis like this. Because of course you are going to your first thing is going to be to make sure you look after the little ones, you protect the little ones, right?
Yes.
So now you got to not just watch your back, but you got to watch all of them too. And then try to get your food in the vehicle.
Yeah.
But if it's just you or another adult, you can keep your head on a swivel. You ain't got to worry about little ones getting hurt. You can be more prepared to defend yourself if necessary, right?
Yeah. Yes. So my advice, if you're a single parent, call your brother, call somebody and y'all go shopping together in groups, so you can
Right.
keep an eye out on everything, because there's no telling, somebody could, slash your tire. People are desperate,
Remember when they were tag teaming during COVID?
Yeah.
Remember that? When it would be a group of people coming together, everybody would fill their buggy up, and the plan was you would distract because they couldn't catch all of them. So if they get you and you, well, they won't be able to get me and him. You see what I'm saying? So they were doing all kinds of things to run out of the store with food. And I'm talking about buggies and buggies of food.
Yeah.
People were getting desperate. And that's during COVID, and they had food stamps, but there wasn't any food on the shelf.
Yes. And see, people are already planning on doing desperate things.
And they're talking about it on social media, which is stupid. They're talking about it right now. Well, if I don't get food stamps, I'm going to do XYZ.
Yes.
See, that's stupid to put your face to something like that, right?
Yes.
All over Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok.
Yeah. So, I just want this thing to really just be ending really soon, because this weekend gonna be very, very aggressive.
It's gonna be something if they don't resolve this thing. Yeah. So you all, let's go ahead and go over this, and we really want you all to give your feedback in the comment section, because these bullet points, we're questioning you all because we want to know what you think. And then we're going to share with you all our perspective as well. So the first thing is, when EBT shuts down, do we have a clear understanding of how this will impact all of the supermarkets?
Wow. So when EBT shuts down,
do we have a clear understanding? Y'all, please post this in the comment section. What about mom and pop supermarkets in the neighborhood? They got the little neighborhood market.
Yeah.
And you do know that a lot of these little community supermarkets, the majority of their earnings or income comes from EBT.
Yes.
Because if you're in a poor neighborhood, well, nowadays it doesn't even have to be a poor neighborhood, but if you're in a community that is struggling, the majority of those people may be people that receive food stamps, right? And if they don't get them, what does that mean for mom and pop stores in the community? Have we thought about that?
Not only that, like Dollar General and Dollar Tree.
Oh, all of those places, absolutely.
There's no telling how these stores going to be impacted as well. Walmart, everybody shop at Walmart. So how would this impact? We don't know how it's going to look this weekend. Hopefully, they come to an agreement and it won't have to be, a shutdown, this weekend. But
hopefully.
But we're going to see.
But it is going to impact everybody. Yes. Do you know that supermarkets, a major percentage of their grocery earnings come from people that get EBT? First of all, we got to understand how many millions of people get EBT.
Yeah.
Right? You got to understand there are a lot of people in the military.
Wow, I didn't know that.
Oh, yes.
In the military?
I know several. There are a lot of people in the military whose husbands are military personnel. Wow. Wife is home taking care of children, but husband does not make enough money to provide for his family. Wow. Okay? So now she has to go out and apply for SNAP benefits. They may not get a ton, but in these situations, it's like a every little bit help kind of a situation. So you have military personnel and their families. You have elderly. You have single parents. You have people who are real deal suffering and struggling, trying to make ends meet. And the only way that they can do what they're doing to pay the rent,
Mm.
to maybe pay the electric bill, they
Wow.
can't buy food off of what they're making.
Mm.
Gas prices are still up there. So
Yeah.
people are still struggling. So they go out and they get, we're talking millions,
Wow.
millions of people.
And then with this shutdown, a lot of the military get are they still going to get paid?
Well,
That's the problem.
I don't know. I don't think they stopped the pay of the military. Y'all can correct me if I'm wrong. I don't know if they stopped the pay of the military or not. And oh, and by the way, we can't even say go to the food bank, because if you've watched the news lately, the food banks are saying we're running out of food
Yeah.
already, and this is
Mm.
prior to a shutdown.
Wow.
We're already running out of food, and and the EBT benefits haven't even stopped yet. So if
Yeah.
they're in that predicament already, it's only going to take just a few days or a few weeks even before they are completely wiped out, because families, in anticipation
Man.
of this snap shutdown, they have already been hitting the food banks.
Yeah.
They've already been going.
Yeah. It's
Mm-hmm.
oh man, that's gonna be
Yeah,
something there. That's gonna be something serious.
yeah.
In right now, it's time, y'all. It's time to go ahead and get your seeds
We
and
better learn how to grow our own food, because
yeah.
it's like we're being forced. And if anything, I have always felt like COVID was like a trial run, like a
Yeah.
warning.
Yes.
Because during COVID, do you know how many people learned how to grow lettuce? Do you know how many people learned how to grow tomatoes
Yes.
during COVID? Do you
Mm-hmm.
know how many people started with emergency pantries during COVID?
Yes, a
It was
lot.
insane how
Yes.
many people. I was inundated with emails. I couldn't even answer them all. We're talking about hundreds of emails on how can I, what do you recommend? What can I do here? What can
Yeah.
I mean, we were inundated with so many emails. I could not keep up.
Yeah.
I couldn't do it.
Yeah. And so what I'm thinking is growing your own food is going to be the new big thing, because we have no other choice. We don't even have a choice now, because we've
Mm-hmm.
been forced
We are
to
being
learn how to
forced.
grow our own groceries, because
Mm-hmm.
you know the way how things are going, and this situation to me probably could be worse than COVID.
Oh, at least during COVID, people had benefits.
Yeah.
They were able to at least go some places
Mm-hmm.
and maybe buy beans, rice. Some people were, what you had left was ramen noodles.
Yeah.
People was buying up everything under the sun because they still had their benefits. And not only did they have their regular benefits, they were also issued additional benefits
Yes.
to help them, because everybody was at home. Children was at home. Everybody was at home 24/7. So they even received additional benefits to help them through.
Yeah.
But this situation right here,
It's really
mm,
serious, because man, without getting groceries, food, or anything,
yeah,
people are going to get desperate,
mm-hmm,
you know, and people with small children are going to really be aggressive, because, they are already panicking, and it haven't even happened yet.
it hasn't happened
So,
yet.
you can look at social
Mm-hmm,
media and see what's going on with,
right.
it is something.
So now the next thing is, let me see. Aaron Secret says shop first thing in the morning when the stores open.
Yes.
And that's a very smart idea, to be there when
Yes.
the doors open.
Yes. Be
That's
there
very,
early in the
very,
morning.
very smart to be there early in the morning.
Yes.
And yes, Marsha, we are going into winter.
Ooh.
And a lot of people, I mean,
Wintertime.
my
That's
goodness.
a point.
Yeah.
Ooh,
This is
wintertime.
really something. It's really something horrible here.
Yes, it is.
Mm-hmm.
This is very serious, y'all.
Yeah.
We coming on this live because we felt it in our spirit to come and try to like at least convince a lot of people to start growing their own groceries. Even if we do get over this hump, this is a
No,
serious.
Nora, this is not pre-recorded. This is live.
This is live. We live, y'all.
Mm-hmm.
And even if we do get past this point, this is a very, very serious lesson for us. We trust in government to feed us, and that's serious.
Probably mistake number one.
Yes.
Now, here's the thing here, you all. Let's talk about this right here.
Yeah.
What do you think will happen to food prices
Ooh.
if if SNAP benefits are withheld starting November 1st? What do you think is going to happen to the food? So for all of us who say, I don't have that problem because I don't get SNAP benefits, oh, you got a big problem. Because what do you think is going to happen to food prices? Because remember now, if a major portion or percentage of the supermarket economy is based on SNAP benefits, and they cannot get that income, what does that mean for you and us
Man,
at the supermarket? What is the prices going to look like for you?
it's gonna trigger something because I know it don't sound right with all the benefits being shut down. We don't know how the supply chain is gonna react to this adjustment.
Think
And
about a gallon of milk. Think about how much milk flies off the supermarket shelf due to EBT and due to WIC, women, infants, and children.
that's a
Think
lot.
about how much milk flies off the shelf every day. Eggs, infant formula,
Not only to mention that cereal. You know
cereals,
how
all of that.
expensive cereal is now? Cereal is like,
Yeah.
man, and children love cereal. And those
Mhm.
EBT cards been purchasing cereal, snacks, and all that stuff. It's going to
Mhm.
be a big difference in price. I know. I
Mhm.
know.
See, your price. Somebody said it in the comments that the prices are about to skyrocket. Oh, they sure are. They most certainly are. I mean, you think you paying high prices now for you paying $150 for a little shopping bag with hardly nothing in it?
Yeah.
Imagine what that's going to look like. See, this is going to crash the supermarket economy. And they don't want to say it that way. This is, government don't want to talk in that language because they don't want to panic the people.
Yeah.
But I don't work for the government, so I can say it. This has the potential to crash the entire supermarket economy and shut down mom and pop businesses.
Not to think about the meat that we're getting imported from other countries.
Who gonna buy it?
So this is crazy. This whole thing, we got problems.
We do.
We got problems. Meat coming from
We
other
do.
countries. EBT shut down. Even as you mentioned, military family, they on EBT.
Everybody.
The government workers, even the air traffic control, they gonna be without a check. I think they on their last check. These people they got high end jobs,
and they can't afford gas to put in their car to get to work. Can't afford childcare to be able to go to work. So they are stuck because they are still expected to show up, right?
Mm-hmm.
They are still expected to show up and be there to work. But how can I get to work if I can't put fuel in I don't have no money for gas.
Yeah.
I don't have any money for daycare. So what do you expect me to do? I can't come because I don't have anybody to watch my babies.
And think about this. A lot of the people are doing DoorDash because they're not getting checks, right?
Mm-hmm.
But the food that they deliver comes from the farm. Imagine how that's going to even affect DoorDash when restaurants going to be price is probably gonna go up on restaurant.
Everything is going to go up. Everything is going to go up.
Man.
Salty Berry says they're going to stop selling cigarettes.
Ooh.
Sweet Caramel Smile says purchase dehydrated and freeze-dried fruits and vegetables. That was always my plan. I have a few items to get. Wonderful. Wonderful. May not be limited to prices. What about dairies? What about other companies? See, this is gonna, you are absolutely right. Because if I'm not buying milk, I'm just gonna keep using milk. A lot of that milk gonna go to waste.
Yeah.
Because they can only keep it in the supermarket for a certain number of days.
Yeah.
So a lot of that milk is gonna go to waste. But what does that mean for the dairy farmer?
Yeah.
See, now his prices got to go up. Now the supermarket prices are going to go up, and they're not going to stock the shelves like they normally would, because they're not going to be purchasing a lot of product that people are not buying. This is going to impact everybody across the board. So does this have the potential to crash the supermarket economy, shut down small businesses? Yeah, it does. This is a big deal.
Yeah, it is.
This is a big deal. And you have a lot of people saying horrible things. And I've seen it in, looking at people's comments on Facebook and all of that, about people who receive EBT benefits. And I just say it's foolish. Some people are very ignorant because they don't understand, like, in the world that we live in today, 1 out of every so many of your neighbors probably receive EBT or SNAP benefits, because times are just so hard. People are having a hard time.
Yeah.
In fact, I had a lady email me it was a couple of years after COVID, probably could have been 2022. And one of the things that she said, because it was in response to a video or something that we did, but one of the things that she said was that I've worked my whole life and I've raised my children my whole life. I've taken care of myself. And now I work 2 jobs. I take care of my grandchildren, and I cannot afford to feed any of us. So I'm forced to apply for food stamp benefits.
Wow.
See, we're talking about everyday working people.
Yeah.
Right? Everyday working people.
Yeah. In a lot of the people, that's not to mention the young people that's on SNAP, a lot of them just really graduating and getting into the world good 4, 5, 6 years, and they being hit with this, in the small babies. I really sympathize with those young people,
Yeah.
Because toddlers, 4, 5 years old.
The babies though, I mean, the moms, at this point, moms who are like literally just now giving birth, they have the option to nurse their babies. So they don't have to worry about the formula. They have an option to do that. But for other moms who've been buying formula for their babies for months and months at a time, what are they supposed to do? Have you seen the prices of formula?
Ooh.
We're talking about $60, $70, $80 a container like this.
Yeah.
I could not believe it. I'm like, that's what that stuff costs?
You know what it really all boils down to? Going back to the way how we used to do things back in the old days.
Back to basics.
That's going to just clear all of this up, because that's what we're going to have to do.
Yes.
Because adding all this stuff up, it's impossible for a man and a woman to do all this stuff.
Yes.
With all this stuff that's going on with SNAP and firing people and doing this and doing
it's horrible.
that. It's going to come down to like farming.
It is.
Gardening.
Hi, David Corey. Aunt Linda's in the house from the New Orleans Gardener. Hey, Aunt Linda. I thought somebody spoke to you. I was trying to make sure that it was you. Auntie Linda's in the house.
Auntie Linda.
I be watching your lives all the time. I just don't say nothing, but I be there, Aunt Linda. I always watch your lives.
Yeah.
I'm always there.
Yeah.
I get the notification.
Yeah. Yeah.
But y'all, this is This is very serious. Like this is
Yes,
something.
it
How
is.
can you budget for that? How can you budget for a $80 container of formula? And please don't say you're a government worker and you
Yeah.
don't even have the money to buy the $80 container of formula
And
because you didn't get your check.
not to mention how much they pay on these jobs.
Yeah.
That's kind of hard to to
Mm.
deal with. It's going to be a lot of things that's down the line that it's hard to deal with prices. Like Mrs. A said earlier, this grocery market crash could happen.
It could very well happen here in
You
just
know,
a few days. Look, they are going to feel this
yeah,
from sea to shining sea. They
yeah,
are going to feel this from the East Coast to the West Coast. It's going to be felt. I
yes,
guarantee it because everybody who receives benefits are going to suffer. Everybody who don't receive benefits is going to suffer because these prices are going to
yeah,
force us to suffer.
yeah. If
See?
if it gets solved really, really fast, man, I just sure hope it just gets solved sometime soon.
Mm-hmm.
But things are looking really, really, really bad, because today we haven't heard anything.
No,
We
we
haven't heard
haven't heard
nothing.
anything.
We haven't heard nothing.
Mm-mm.
We haven't heard
Mm-mm.
nothing. So yeah, you know, this spring 2026 growing season is gonna be
Y'all, I'm telling you,
it's
please,
gonna have to.
please. The New Orleans gardener is in the house. Y'all, she grows so much food in her backyard.
Yes.
Go over there and look at what the New Orleans gardener is doing. She is really growing food. I mean, she good over there.
Yeah.
She good over there.
Yeah.
Go over to her channel, the New Orleans gardener. Look at what she is doing. And y'all will see you can grow your own food. You don't have to have some big, massive space.
Yeah.
You can grow your own food. I
Yeah. And
guarantee
then
you.
another thing, if you like fruits and vegetables, you got Lead Farmer that grows so many fruit trees, and then Broke Farmer. So there's no excuse,
Yeah, Broke
Broke.
Farmer's doing a lot over there. I
Yes,
mean,
he
he
is.
grows some of everything. And he
Yeah.
don't do no fancy stuff. He just be over there and look, I'm just gonna dig a hole. I'm gonna drop this in, I'm gonna put the soil, but you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna put the soil back over it. And you
Yeah.
know what I'm gonna do, Nick? I'm gonna water it and walk
Mm-hmm.
away from it. I'm
Mm-hmm.
telling you, he's not doing nothing fancy.
Yeah.
He just over there showing you that it don't take much.
Yeah. Yeah. Him
It
and
don't take
Lead
much.
Farmer good though.
They are. They
Yeah.
really are.
Yeah.
Very, very good.
Yeah.
Very, very good. And yes, 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 y'all. I have not done a canning video in a very long time. And I'm gonna put up some more canning video. My dad, hey dad, if you watching this live, my mom and my dad always watch our lives, right?
Yeah.
Hey mom.
Hey Dad, hi Pops.
But I'm gonna tell you what my dad was doing the other day. He was canning. My dad is about to be, no, is, if I get this wrong, my dad is 71 or 72 years of age. Lord, please don't charge it to my heart, charge it to my mind.
He's canning.
But my dad is canning.
Yeah.
He's canning.
Yeah.
See, you can can food and put it away for times like this.
Yes.
Do you know I had a conversation with some young ladies, I want to say maybe a month ago.
Uh-huh.
And I wasn't trying to butt in, but you know how people invite you in when they ask a question and they be talking and then they look at you and they be like, ain't that right, ma'am? Ain't that right? Right? So I kind of got pulled into a conversation. And what I did tell them about the EBT benefits or the SNAP benefits that they were getting, I told them, if you can, take a large portion of what you get right now and buy yourself enough food to put in your. This was long before of a government SNAP benefit shut down. Any of all of that talk ever started. I told them to do that, and one of them said, "You know what? That's a good idea. That's what I'm gonna do. I ain't never done that before. I'm gonna go ahead and do that." And the fact that she listened to me, I think of her in moments like this.
Yeah.
Because I know that if she took my advice like she said she was, and I don't have no reason to suspect that she wouldn't, I know that right now she's not worried about Saturday.
No.
I know she's gonna be okay
Mm-hmm.
because she took a large portion of what she got. I'm like, look, these children don't need all of that stuff anyway.
Yeah.
You know, it's okay
Yeah.
to learn how to make stuff from scratch. It's okay to make cookies from scratch. You ain't gotta buy no all these Oreos and all this stuff. You ain't gotta buy all them
Yeah.
gummies with all them chemicals and stuff in it anyway.
Yeah.
I'm like, they don't really need all of that. It's doing more harm than good.
Yeah. So
Learn how to make food from scratch.
so beans and rice gonna be the new norm now.
It was for us.
Yeah, we grew up
And
off
I
of it.
hated black eyed peas. I never ate black eyed peas. Now
Yeah.
that's one thing my mama did not make me eat because she knew I hated. Look, black eyed peas, lima beans, and pinto beans. I hated with a passion.
Yeah.
And my mama didn't make me eat them either.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I would just eat rice and butter.
Yeah. Red beans and rice and pinto beans. You know, we had to eat those.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we had to eat what old folks cook. You know,
Yeah.
you know, the old school. So all this sugary stuff is being cut out, and it's overpriced too.
And it's overpriced in a way. And you buy a bag of chips this big, and the chips are actually way down here.
Yeah.
And the rest of this is all air.
Yeah.
You know.
Then they got the little square little packs of snacks, $3.
Too much.
So that's crazy, you know. But what it all boils down to is that we got to go back to the old ways.
We're gonna have to go back to what Big Mama and Madia used to do, and what Mama used to do. You know, we got to go back to that and learn how to make things from scratch. You know, somebody emailed me, Mrs. H, I thought you were gonna make the cinnamon rolls. I am gonna make the cinnamon rolls, but I make cinnamon rolls when I bake my bread because I don't just, you know, do that for nothing. You know, when I go in there and I'm making 4 loaves of bread, then the cinnamon rolls go right in at the same time because I don't bake that all the time, right?
Yeah.
So I am gonna do it because I got my last loaf of bread. Where is it?
Yeah. Yeah.
Where that last loaf of bread?
Right over there on the counter.
On the counter.
Yeah.
So it's time for me to start baking my next batch of bread, and in so doing, I'm gonna make those cinnamon rolls.
Yeah.
Now,
Robert said that you know, people been sounding the alarm for years, and now it's happening.
It's happening.
You know,
it's definitely happening. It's definitely happening, and we catch a lot of flack for some of the things that we say here on the channel. But believe me, I can't think of any conversation we've ever had with our viewers where we were saying something just for the sake of saying it.
Yeah,
we never did that.
Yeah.
We never did that. It was all to kind of be helpful, but we didn't do that. You know, let's do this for clicks and likes. We never did that.
Yeah, because I've been seeing the signs of things, you know, for a long time. You know, even pre-COVID. You know, how things were when at one time all the ships couldn't get to the dock. You know, it was a chain supply delay, and I was like, that's not good. There's something going on with the way how we getting our food imports and all of that, import export, having problems. But now this is a whole new different ball game. With everybody, like losing their SNAP benefits. And I know a lot of people I hear a lot of people say, oh, these people need to get to work and, kind of being hard on the people that's getting these benefits. But Mrs. H just told us that something I didn't know, that military people are getting them. So people are getting out working, but it's just like, are we making enough money to make ends meet? Because rent, mortgage prices is all the way up.
Right.
And it's just one of them things that, things got to get better.
Yeah. Lovely V, I did the video on my bread recipe. It's on the channel. If you just type in Homestead Heart bread making, it'll pop right up for you. Yeah, it will pop right up for you. And it does have a ton of ingredients. Mr. H and I were talking about that. You know, everything that you buy nowadays, bread and everything, it's got all these 50 million ingredients in it. And in my bread recipe, I don't even think it has 10 ingredients. It's just real simple, real basic. You know, flour, eggs, water. Come on, it's real
and
basic.
They have these big paragraphs.
Yeah.
Of ingredients.
That's right.
You know, and stuff you don't even recognize. So
yeah.
You know, that's something though. But we going back to the old school, whether we like it or not, you know, that's what we got to do.
Now let me ask this question. How do you feel about SNAP benefits being tied to political disputes? One side versus the other.
Yeah.
How do you feel about that? What are your thoughts on that?
Yeah. That's something to think about.
Because we literally are looking at the very lives of people being played with. We are literally watching people's life.
Yeah. And, you know, the American people foot the bill for everybody. It almost seems like the whole world. Taxpayers, American taxpayer dollars. So now the American taxpayers are in the crosshairs of not getting benefits.
Meanwhile, there's a lot going on with the taxpayer dollars, but we're not feeding the people who keep this country running. And that's really very disheartening. So what do y'all think about that? Because to put people in the middle of a political dispute, meaning I don't care how many babies don't eat. I don't care how many children be hungry. My children ain't hungry, so why should I care about how many children being hungry?
Yeah.
If you a Democrat, I don't care about your children starving. If you're a Republican, I don't care about your children starving. It's all about what we want. Yeah. If you do this, then we'll do this. We don't care about the poor, the suffering. You know, the people who go to the voting booths and put these people in place.
Yeah, it's like this side want to be tough. They don't want to give in. This side don't want to give in. So in the middle is
everybody in the middle that suffers.
300 plus million people in the middle.
Exactly.
So you know, food.
T of Yah says Argentina got 20 billion in aid.
20 billion in aid. That's not gonna sit right.
20 billion in aid. Just think about how many school systems are suffering right now because they don't have decent books, they don't have decent computers, they don't have a decent cafeteria to provide decent meals. A lot of people living in dilapidated housing. You can't afford to run from one end of the block to the next to go to the laundromat, to go to the grocery store, to go to work. You can't afford to do none of that. But 20 billion is
20 billion
leaving this country
for what?
To help another country.
In the
middle, so you see, but we are the ones caught in the middle of that, right?
And we're the ones that's not gonna get bailed out.
Oh, Sun Energy says it was 40 billion. Snap says Ukraine got 300 billion.
300 billion.
Yeah, that's a lot of money. That's a lot of money. So what happened? So what needs to happen? I'm gonna tell you something. I'm gonna tell you something, and then we're gonna close this live. How can we deal with this? A lot of you probably ain't gonna like what I'm gonna say, but I don't care. I'm gonna tell you. How can we deal with this? If we make the decision, well, you know what? We're gonna cancel Thanksgiving. We're gonna cancel Black Friday. We're going to cancel Christmas spending.
Mm.
We're going to cancel New Year's celebrations. We're not going to Times Square this year. We're going to cancel all of these events that really are designed to take every dollar you got in your pocket. Because if you remember, if I don't know how old a lot of you are, but if you remember what Thanksgiving was like at Mama's house or Big Mama's house or Maria's house, it wasn't all that extravagant spending.
Mm.
Christmas wasn't all that extravagant spending. It was more so being thankful for the reason for these things, right?
Mm-hmm.
Thanksgiving was all about being thankful to be around your family and people that you love. Christmas was all about being thankful for our Lord and Savior. You remember that? You remember when that's what those times were about? But now they have been so commercialized that we literally have taken out the thanks in Thanksgiving.
Yeah. You know what?
And Christmas.
We can take our little beans and rice or whatever kind of meat that we have and get with our families, like Mrs. A said, extravagating all this
Extravagant
spending,
Stop.
going
Don't do it.
overboard, going
Don't do it.
overboard with it. We ain't got to do that no more.
Nope.
Because they showing us basically what they think about us.
Yeah. So we just decide, you know what, then since this is the way y'all gonna do us, let me show you what we're gonna do. I keep saying it all the time. The way you get to something is through the pocketbook.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you refuse to put money in the pockets of the wealthy, then you really got a lot of power.
Mm-hmm.
You have a lot of power with the dollars that you do have. Collectively, that is, not individually, but collectively, we have a lot of power. Right?
Yeah.
If 40 million people decided not to spend $5, let's make it simple. If 40 million people kept $1 in their pocket, that's $40 million for Thanksgiving and Christmas.
Not only that, the 40 million or more people buy food and do not buy no Xbox, all this extra
stuff,
all this these technical things or whatever they try to sell.
If it's not needed, don't buy it.
Just buy food and clothing.
Yeah.
And stay at the house.
Mm-hmm.
Stay at the house. And then they will see. Because, you think about it, they selling so much extra stuff on these holidays that we don't even need. You look into the on side of the road, you see all them things in the trash can so quick that people be buying.
Yeah.
So I think that Mrs. H is right. We cancel all those big holidays.
Cancel them. We ain't doing it.
Cancel them.
We ain't doing. Keep your turkeys. We not buying them big old turkeys for $30, $40. Nope, we not doing that.
Just buy.
You know what you cook? What you normally cook for dinner?
Mm-hmm.
Whatever you normally cook for dinner, that's what you cook. Don't go out spending all that extra money on all of the fixings and the decorations and all of that. You know how we do when we have Thanksgiving. We like to do it up. We like to really make it right. So we go out and we get all of the beautiful fall colors to decorate the tables and all of the lights in the camp. I mean, we really make it just beautiful, don't we?
Yeah. But
we buy extra baking dishes and bowls and casserole dishes, the fancy stuff. Yeah. Not the plain glass stuff. I'm talking about pioneer woman looking stuff.
Yeah.
Right? We go do all of that. Don't do that this time.
But don't get us wrong. Buy food to stock up and stock your pantry.
Do that part.
Even if you do get a big turkey, you learn how to can it and put it up. You can do that. But when it comes to like going overboard, buying all, like she said, the extras, this and that,
And actually, if you're gonna buy a turkey, I would wait till the day after Thanksgiving.
Send that message.
Yeah, I would wait till the day after Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
And then I can take it and bring it and grind it up or do whatever I'm gonna do with it and put it in the freezer. But not for it to be for one meal. Yeah. Nope. Buy it to be for plenty of meals. So yeah, collectively we have to send a message that playing with the lives of our neighbors is not okay.
It's not.
And when I say neighbors, I'm talking about from Georgia all the way to California. I'm
Yeah.
talking,
Oh
it's
man,
not okay to play with the lives of our neighbors. This is not good,
it is not.
you know?
In this weekend, think about going into Halloween and all these different Halloween parties and stuff like that, and it's gonna be kind of different when you don't have food,
Mm-hmm.
this coming weekend because we're going into the fall and the winter.
Yeah,
So man,
yeah, yeah.
yeah, but
So y'all, yeah, this is
it's gonna be something.
mm-hmm.
It's gonna be something.
Yeah. And this is going to be a long-term effect. You got to understand how things like this affect the economy, not just for a short while. There's a recovery period that has to take place as well. So there's got to be a bounce back period, even if they at some point reinstate SNAP benefits for everybody. There's got to be some kind of a recovery period. And then thinking about all of the government workers who, because they can't come to work, some of them won't get back pay. What is that
Yeah,
going to mean? Yeah, so
yeah.
this is really bad, you
It
all.
is.
So
It
this
is.
this right here, this is potentially a very, very dangerous situation. And I call it a game. This is a very dangerous game
It
that's
is.
being played with the lives of the people, right? So I don't know if you know someone who gets their SNAP benefits at the end of the month. Hopefully, they're planning on stocking up food just in case they don't get any benefits for a long time.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then of course, if you are a person, and I'll say this too, if you are a person and you know how to cook meals and stuff from scratch, we got a lot of young people. So you got a lot of young people around you in your church. These are the type of things that we need to be forming in the church,
Mm-hmm.
where we get together and we have training classes
Yes.
to teach our young people
Yes. Because
how to cook from scratch, how to can, how to preserve your own foods, right? We
mm-hmm.
need these training classes in all of our organizations so that we can prepare our young people. Because to be honest, a lot of young people, they got busy lives. Some of them are college students, and some are just young with families, and they probably don't cook from scratch. Everything probably come in a box, the can like they trying to bring hamburger helper back. I saw that on Good Morning America. How they bringing hamburger helper back, making it popular again. So all you got to do is, pour in the contents of the box and
mm-hmm.
add some ground meat,
well,
and that's dinner.
what we're gonna have to do is start teaching these young
We got to
men
teach young men and women.
how to garden and
Yeah.
cook because
Mm-hmm.
it's a team effort. It's a
It
family
is.
effort, like they did back in the days, like Big Mama, how they did Big Papa, Pops, Grandpa. How they
Mm-hmm.
did things kind of almost like off grid, almost.
Yeah.
But it's to the point now. This weekend is we gonna see. We gonna probably have to come back and do another live
Probably so.
because
Yeah.
this Saturday is gonna be really, really something.
Everybody's waiting to see what happens. Thank you very much, Carol. Carol says, Mr. and Mrs. H, I have been following you for years. I've learned much from you about canning. Have a bunch in my pantry to get us, I think, through for a bit. I have warned the kids to stock up and this with this EBT thing. That's right. And
Yes.
that's right, T-Bone. Home economics was taken out of the school system a long time ago.
Oh
And as
man.
a result, we have a lot of children who don't know how to cook, who don't know how to clean, who don't know how to sew,
Mm.
right? So yeah, but now this is forcing. Mr. H was saying getting back to basics.
It's forcing us
This is forcing
to
us to
get
do
out
that.
there, get the garden tools, and
Mm-hmm.
learn how to start seeds. Learn how to fertilize. Your starts and
Yeah.
learn how to just grow simple things. A lot of people take it for granted because they think, I can't. This little space can't grow that much food.
Mm-hmm.
Got to give it a try. You will be shocked.
Yeah.
You can grow a lot of food in your backyard. So let's get busy doing this because we don't want to be
Mm.
out in them streets when it get really, really crazy.
That's true.
That's the whole thing about it. We don't want to be
That's
out
true.
there. It's gonna get really, really crazy out there. So we can at least learn how to do things in our home, the
Yeah.
safety of our homes. Basically, we want everybody to be safe,
Yeah.
because this weekend, you know, I just
You
hope
just don't
everything
know
work
what
out.
to expect, really.
Yeah,
So I would just suggest, if there's any, last minute food items that you think you may need, I would say go ahead and grab those things and get them in as soon as you can,
yeah,
because when people are on social media saying what they are going to do if they don't get their food stamps, you know, just think about the few people. Well, it ain't a few, it's a lot of people saying that. But just think about the amount of people that's not saying it, but they have it on their mind
yeah,
of what they are going to do if they don't get food stamps for their families.
yeah,
So
yeah,
it's going to be dangerous to be out there,
yeah. And it's gonna be on a weekend too,
shopping.
where a lot of people, everybody off work, and you know how active the
Whew,
weekends
yeah.
are, and people really, a lot of people ain't got nothing else better to do but create chaos. They
Mm-hmm.
looking for an opportunity,
Mm-hmm.
So not you can't be that desperate that quick.
No, it's just you
You still
looking
got
for,
food in
you
your
just want
house.
to do something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
But yeah, but y'all please just be safe out there and share with people that share this video, and let's put it on the minds of one another, our neighbors, friends, and family, and just let everybody know, we have to consider how this is going to impact everyone, not just the people who get EBT or
yeah, because there's so much going on.
supposed to get them.
EBT is just one subject.
It is.
We're not even talking about the people that's got so much to lose. Just imagine federal workers, their salaries is pretty up there compared to the regular people. And they got so much to lose with not getting a check,
Yeah.
not getting a check, and not even probably getting food stamps. They probably ain't
Mortgage.
even getting
Look,
food
the
stamps.
lenders don't want to hear you can't pay your mortgage. The landlord don't want to hear you can't pay your rent because of the government shutdown. They telling you, look, I need you to find this money because I got to pay my bills too.
Yeah.
So it's a horrible situation,
Mm-hmm.
that we are in right now. But we're going to keep one another in prayer. Please share this video
Yeah.
with others so that we can, like I said, let's put this on the minds of everybody so they can be aware that this is not just a thing that's going to impact people who get EBT. And then there's a huge misconception
Yeah.
about people who get SNAP benefits, like they're just a bunch of lazy people who don't want to go to work. That couldn't be furthest from the truth. That's
Yeah.
why I said you have a lot of ignorance in the
Yeah.
world, and sometimes you have to just, you really have to rise above that
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
and ignore that and have civilized conversations with civilized people. Okay,
Yeah.
that's all I can tell you about that.
Yeah.
But in any case, y'all share this with
Yes.
as many people as you can.
Yes.
Okay. So, y'all, that's going to do it. We've held you all for a little bit better than an hour, and we didn't want to do that. But we
Yes.
sure appreciate y'all for sticking with us through this live, because we felt it so urgent to go ahead and talk with you all about how this is going to impact us all. Okay.
Yes.
All right, y'all. So that's going to do it. Thank y'all so much. Thank you to everybody for joining us here on the live. We really, really appreciate each and every one of you. And again, go on over to the New Orleans Gardener and go on over to we have a lot of YouTubers in here, by the
Yeah.
way. Okay. But you got Broke Farmer, he's in here too. You got a lot of people in here that is showing you how to garden,
Yeah.
not on a big, massive scale, but they're showing you how you can do it in your backyard, in your
Yes.
space with what you got.
Mm-hmm.
So go on over to those channels, subscribe to those channels, and let's start learning.
Yes.
Let's start doing this together. Okay. I'm
That's good.
always learning something from the New Orleans. I'm always learning something from
Yeah.
her, right?
Yeah. Yes.
I just wish my moringa tree would produce seeds like hers do. Mine,
Yeah.
it just won't do it here. It get too cold.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, we know this winter's coming up,
Yeah, it's
so
cold now
so
outside.
let's go ahead and plan. Let's
Yeah.
get our minds wrapped around seed starting.
Yeah, and yeah, and also I was thinking about doing something called Super Bowl Sunday
Okay.
for the month of November and December, and that's where I will be showing you all like the different soups that I make and posting it. So if that's something you want to see, make sure at the end of this video, when this live ends, you go to the comment section and show your support for Super Bowl Sunday. And if I get enough, then I will do that because my soups that I make and can are very complex and they not approved by them people. So I'm telling you now, they not approved by them
Yeah.
people, okay? But I do can these soups and they very good. And hey, I'm not new to this. Like I say, I'm true to this. I know what I'm doing when I'm in that kitchen
Hey,
canning, and my husband's still sitting here right now.
look here. I'm rubbing my hands like Birdman. She made some homemade biscuits, y'all.
I did make some biscuits
Those
today.
biscuits were so good. I just can't wait. I put some honey on them.
I did make some biscuits.
I didn't let her know I was that crazy about them because
Yeah.
some of them was gonna come up missing.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah,
And I had to make 2 batches tonight because the first batch I was rushing and
yeah.
I forgot to put my baking powder in there. And I'm looking at my biscuits like, well, my biscuits looking like this right here. They didn't even rise. What's going on? And then I realized, girl, you didn't even put that baking powder in there. So I did another batch and he came in and was eating the first batch. And he said, ain't nothing wrong with these biscuits.
I kept on going. Kept on going, y'all. But we're gonna teach y'all how to grow y'all own groceries. Y'all keep
Yes.
watching us.
Yes.
And hey, the whole nation gonna be growing their own groceries pretty soon.
Yes. So y'all, that's gonna do it. Thank y'all so much for joining us on this Monday night chat, this live. Thank you for watching Homestead Heart. Peace and blessings, y'all. And let's again pray for our neighbors and keep
Yes.
the people in the path of this massive hurricane
Yes.
in your prayers. All right.
Yes.
All right, y'all. Thank you for watching. Y'all have a great night.
Peace and blessings. Yes, y'all. Peace.
Flat biscuits are still eatable.
Yes, they are. Yes, they are.
He ate them.
I'm finna get ready. Look.
He ate them. Good night, y'all.